There was blood on the hymnal from the cut across my hand. I had stumbled through the chapel after fighting with a man. The room was dark and empty. Every pew was cold and still. I'd spent my whole life proving I could live outside his will. I opened to an old song that my mother used to sing about the wounded finding shelter underneath the Savior's wing. There was blood on the hymnal. There were tears upon the page. There was mercy in the silence. There was freedom from the rage. I had come in like an outlaw with a heart I could not tame. There was blood on the hymnal, but the word still spoke my name. I stayed there until morning, while the storm shook every pane. I confessed the men I'd wounded and the women I had blamed. I could not change the damage or return the years I stole, but I felt a fire beginning in the ashes of my soul. Grace does not ignore the scars or pretend the past was small. It just gives a broken sinner enough strength to face it all. There was blood on the hymnal. There was blood on the hymnal. There were tears upon the page. There were tears upon the page. There was mercy in the silence. There was mercy in the silence. There was freedom from the rage. There was freedom from the rage. I had come in like an outlaw with a heart I could not tame. There was blood on the hymnal, but the word still spoke my name. The blood dried by sunrise, the mercy never did. I rolled into Amarillo with a storm behind my wheels. 3 nights without sleeping and a heart too numb to feel. There was whiskey in the glove box, there was anger in my bones. I hadn't made a life from leaving every place that felt like home. At a diner near the highway, a waitress saw my shaking hands. She said, "Son, you need forgiveness, more than coffee from this can." I left my sins in Amarillo in the rain outside that door. Left the lies I kept believing, left the man I was before. I had no choir around me, no preacher dressed in white. I left my sins in Amarillo and drove toward morning light. She gave me an old napkin with a scripture written down. Said her brother found salvation in a jail outside of town. I read those words till sunrise, while the thunder rolled away. Then I poured my bottle empty where the red dirt met the gray. Redemption ain't a highway with every mile marked clear. Sometimes it starts with strangers who are not afraid to hear. I left my sins in Amarillo in the rain outside that door. Left the lies I kept believing, left the man I was before. I had no choir around me, no preacher dressed in white. I left my sins in Amarillo and drove toward morning light. Somewhere past Amarillo, I started living right.
smelled like cigarettes, old carpet and regret. I had to spend my final dollar on a night I can't forget. My boots stood by the doorway, my coat lay on the chair, and a Gideon Bible waited like it knew I'd find it there. I opened to a passage that my father used to quote about the weary finding rest when they cannot bear the load. Mercy came to the motel door, found me sleeping on the floor, with a Bible in my hand and no strength left to stand. I had no good excuse for every soul that I had used. Mercy came to the motel door and said I could begin once more. At sunrise, someone knocked there with fresh coffee and a smile. It was a woman from the front desk who had watched me for a while. She said, "There's a church down Highway 9. They feed folks every day." Then she wrote the name and address and quietly walked away. Maybe God sends simple kindness when the sermon feels too far. Maybe mercy leaves directions for exactly where you are. Mercy came to the motel door, found me sleeping on the floor, with a Bible in my hand and no strength left to stand. I had no good excuse for every soul that I had used. Mercy came to the motel door and said I could begin once more. Room 12 held my ending, but I walked out reborn. I was born beneath a restless sky with a fire in my blood. I learned to ride before I learned what forgiveness really was. I have crossed 100 miles of dust with a rifle in my soul. Every road I ever traveled only made me feel more cold. I have seen the desert swallow every dream a man can make, and I have watched the strongest sinners fall apart beneath the weight. There is something in the silence when the evening turns to gold. It reminds a man of all the things he thought he left behind. Where the desert meets the cross, I will lay my weapons down. I have spent my life in hiding. I am tired of being proud. If the Lord can find a sinner in a place this dry and lost, then maybe I can meet redemption where the desert meets the cross. I remember my old mother with her hands folded in prayer. She said, "Son, the Lord is with you, even when you think He's not there." I laughed like I was bulletproof and walked into the night. Now I would give a lifetime just to hear those words tonight. I have carried every secret like a stone inside my chest. I have blamed the world for breaking me when I never stopped to rest. But the wind keeps moving onward and the storm is rolling near. Maybe God is in the thunder, maybe grace is why I'm here. Where the desert meets the cross, I will lay my weapons down. I have spent my life in hiding. I am tired of being proud. If the Lord can find a sinner in a place this dry and lost, then maybe I can meet redemption where the desert meets the cross. I don't need a perfect answer.
I don't need a perfect answer.
I don't need to understand.
I don't need to understand.
Just let me feel the weight lift from these old and shaking hands. If you still have room for outlaws, if you still forgive the lost, I'll be waiting in the silence where the desert meets the cross.
Where the desert meets the cross,
I will lay my weapons down. No more running from my shadow, no more hiding underground. If the Lord can find a sinner in a place this dry and lost, then I will meet my redemption where the desert meets the cross. Where the desert meets the cross. Headlights through the desert, cold wind through the pines. Lord, give me a sign. I've been driving lonely down Route 61, trying hard to outrun the man I've become. Every town felt haunted. dim, till I saw a chapel with a cross lit within. Oh Lord, hear my sorrow from this broken road tonight. I've been fighting darkness, trying to find the light. If grace still forgives the weary and ashamed, meet me at the chapel and call my name. The harmonica was mourning like angels in the rain. Every note reminded me I could change again. So I bowed beside the altar, mud beneath my knees, and prayed heaven still remember lost souls like me. Oh Lord, hear my sorrow from this broken road tonight. I've been fighting darkness, trying to find the light. If grace still forgives the weary and ashamed, meet me at the chapel and call my name. I don't need perfection or streets of shining gold, just mercy for this cowboy before my heart grows cold. Now the thunder rolls softer and dawn begins to shine. The chapel off Route 61 still burns inside my mind, and the cross beside the highway feels holy once again as grace pulls me in. Rain fading through the valley, church bells soft and low, the chapel off Route 61. Rain falling on the dashboard, thunder in the sky. Lord, I can't hide. I've been chasing nowhere down forgotten roads, carrying old burdens like a heavy load. Whiskey never healed me, neither did the night, till I saw a white cross shining through the light. mercy still reaches. Cowboys worn and cold, lead me through the storm now, before I lose my soul. The harmonica was mourning like a ghostly hymn. Every note reminded me where I should have been. So I knelt beside the highway as thunder shook the ground, and prayed the Lord above still wanted me around. Oh Lord, hear my confession from this lonely road tonight. I've been lost in darkness, far away from light. If mercy still reaches, cowboys worn and cold, lead me through the storm now, before I lose my soul. I ain't proud of my story or the man I became, but maybe grace still falls on hearts filled with shame. Now the rain feels holy and the storm moves on. The cross beside the highway feels where I belong. Dust road confession carried by the wind makes me whole again. Thunder fading slowly, church bells ring once more. Dust road confession. Headlights through the darkness, cold wind through the rain. Lord, I'm calling your name. I've been drifting nowhere for most of my life, it seems, trading love for whiskey and faith for broken dreams. Every road grew colder, every scar remained, till I saw a white cross standing in the rain. Gently on this long ride home tonight. I've been lost in sorrow, trying to survive. If mercy still forgives the broken and ashamed, lead me through the thunder, back to grace again. The harmonica was crying like angels in the storm. Every note kept warming, a heart so tired and warm. So I knelt beside the highway as lightning split the sky, and begged the Lord above not to leave me behind. Oh Lord, guide me gently on this long ride home tonight. I've been lost in sorrow, trying to survive. If mercy still forgives the broken and ashamed, lead me through the thunder back to grace again. I ain't asking for forever, just one peaceful dawn for this weary outlaw trying to move on. Now the storm is fading and the dark gives way. The cross beside the highway lights the road today. The long ride home to grace finally feels real, and my soul begins to heal. Rain drifting through the pine trees, church bells soft and low. The long ride home to grace. There's a chapel at Dead Man's Bend, where the road gives out and the pines descend. I passed it twice with a heart and soul, and a heart no prayer could hold. I had old scars and a bitter tongue, a past that followed like a loaded gun. Every night I swore I'd change, and woke up wearing the same old chain. The sky turned dark on the third ride through, and the thunder sounded like it knew. I could not run, I could not lie, with judgment burning in the sky. Then the chapel bell began to swing, though no man touched the rope or rang. I pulled my horse through the mud and went to the chapel at Dead Man's Bend. At the chapel at Dead Man's Bend, that's where my running met its end. I was lost with a sinner's breath, halfway gone and close to death. But grace came down through the pouring rain, and mercy called me by my name. The Lord still waited like a friend at the chapel at Dead Man's Bend. The wooden door was cracked and gray, like it had watched 1,000 men pray. I stepped inside with a shaking chest, and all my ghosts laid down to rest. I said, Lord, I've been the worst of me, a slave to pride and disbelief. But if your love can raise the dead, raise this outlaw from the life he led. The organ moaned, the choir replied, like angels standing at my side. And every sin I thought was stone broke like dust before the throne. The rain hit hard on the chapel tin, but a softer voice spoke deep within. Son, your road begins again at the chapel at Dead Man's Bend.
At the chapel at Dead Man's Bend.
That's where my running met its end. I was lost with a sinner's breath, halfway gone and close to death. But grace came down through the pouring rain, and mercy called me by my name. The Lord still waited like a friend at the chapel at Dead Man's Bend. Let the county keep my outlaw tale. Let the devil know his claim has failed. I don't need the dark no more. I left it on that wooden floor. For every man with a haunted past, for every prayer that comes in last, there's still a door the Lord will send, like the chapel at Dead Man's Bend. At the chapel at Dead Man's Bend, I found my way back home again. I was lost with a sinner's breath, but Jesus pulled me back from death. Let the bells ring over dust and rain. Let the choir lift my shame. The Lord still waits where lost roads end. At the chapel at Dead Man's Bend. When my last trail disappears and the Lord dries all my tears, lay me near that faithful friend. The chapel at Dead Man's Bend.
The chapel at Dead Man's Bend. The chapel at Dead Man's Bend.
Desert wind keeps calling low through the cracks in my window. Thunder rolls across the plain like heaven whispering my name. I was born by a broken fence where the dust hung thick and the nights made sense. Mama prayed with a trembling hand, but I ran too far from the promised land. I kept my sins in a leather coat, carried shame like a heavy rope. Every town had a church bell sound, but I kept my head and my heart nailed down. Now the harmonica cries in the midnight air like an old man kneeling in a sinner's prayer, and the slide guitar bends like a wounded soul trying to drag me back from the cold. There's a chapel fire in the rain burning through my guilt and pain. Choir sings soft where the thunder breaks, calling my name through my old mistakes. Lord, I'm tired of running blind with broken faith and a restless mind. If there's still mercy past this flame, let it find me in the rain. I drank my courage from a bottle's mouth, took every wrong road heading south. Loved a girl with a gospel heart, then left her crying in the dark. She said you can't outrun the truth, but I was wild and bulletproof. Now her voice comes back when the organ hums like a hymn from a place I'm running from. The upright bass walks slow and deep like secrets rising from their sleep, and every brush on that snare tonight feels like footsteps toward the light. There's a chapel fire in the rain burning through my guilt and pain. Choir sings soft where the thunder breaks, calling my name through my old mistakes. Lord, I'm tired of running blind If there's still mercy past this flame, let it find me in the rain. I ain't asking for a crown, I ain't asking to be clean. I just need one holy sound to reach the man I used to be. If my soul is stained too deep, let the storm still wash the ground. If my knees forget to pray, let the choir lay me down. There's a chapel fire in the rain, burning through my guilt and pain. Choir sings soft where the thunder breaks, calling my name through my old mistakes. Lord, I'm tired of running blind, with broken faith and a restless mind. If there's still mercy past this flame, let it find me in the rain. Desert wind keeps calling low, but I don't fear that road no more. Thunder fades beyond the plain, and I walk toward the chapel flame. There's a gospel for the guilty, there's a hymn for broken men, there's a storm above the valley, calling me back home again. Kept my shame beneath my hat, rode hard roads and never looked back. Had a young voice, warm but cracked, singing truth I tried to mask. I knew the chapel by the county store, but I never stepped through that open door. I feared the silence, feared the light, feared what God might ask tonight. Now the harmonica weeps in the pouring rain, like a mother calling through the pain. And the distant choir starts to rise, like mercy moving through the sky. Sing a gospel for the guilty, for the lonely and the lost, for the hearts out on the highway, still running from the cross. Sing it soft above the thunder, sing it low beneath the rain. If grace is made for sinners, let it call me by my name. I hurt the ones who held me close, and blamed the road and blamed the ghost. I wore my pride like iron chains and called it strength through all my pain. There was a girl who prayed for me by a candle near a willow tree. I left her tears in the evening glow, now they follow everywhere I go. The slide guitar bends like a kneeling man with empty pockets and shaking hands. The brush drums move like a quiet plea as the storm rolls over Tennessee. Sing a gospel for the guilty, for the lonely and the lost, for the hearts out on the highway, still running from the cross. Sing it soft above the thunder, sing it low beneath the rain. If grace is made for sinners, let it call me by my name. don't know if I deserve it. I don't know if I can change, but I know the night is colder when you live outside of grace. So I lay my pride down slowly by the roadside in the rain, and I lift my cracked voice upward, though it trembles from the shame. Sing a gospel for the guilty, for the lonely and the lost, for the hearts out on the highway, still running from the cross. Sing it soft above the thunder, sing it low beneath the rain. If grace is made for sinners, let it call me by my name. There's a gospel for the guilty, and I heard it through the storm. Not a saint, but still forgiven. Not clean, but coming home. Pour the last drink slowly as the rain began to fall. There was silence in the kitchen, like the house had heard it all. Every lie I ever told her, every promise I betrayed, was hanging in the darkness like a debt I couldn't pay. I have been a hard man with a heart afraid to feel. I have hidden every weakness behind a mouth of steel. But the night can make you honest when there's nowhere left to hide. And I heard a voice inside me say, son, come back tonight. This is the last drink before grace, the last night I run, the last time I blame the devil for the things that I have done. I am laying down my sorrow, I'm opening my hands. This is the last drink before grace. If you still want this man, I remember Sunday morning when I used to know the words, Mama singing through the screen door while the rain came down in sheets. I was young enough to trust it, I was foolish enough to leave. Now I'm standing in the same old storm with nothing left to believe. I have chased down every shadow that was waiting in my mind, and I found no kind of freedom at the end of every line. So I put my glass beside me and I bow my head to pray. I don't have a holy answer, I just know I need your grace. This is the last drink before grace, the last night I run, the last time I blame the devil for the things that I have done. I am laying down my sorrow, I am opening my hands. This is the last drink before grace. If you still want this man, I don't deserve it. I know I've gone too far, but you found the thief beside the cross, and you know just where we are. So if mercy has a heartbeat, let it beat inside of me. I have spent my life escaping. Now I'm begging to be free. This is the last drink before grace, the last night I run. I am done with all the darkness. I am done with what I've done. I am laying down my sorrow. I am opening my hands. This is the last drink before grace. Lord, if you still want this man, if you still want this man, come here. Headlights through the desert, thunder in the night. Lord, guide me right. I spent years wandering through highways lined with sin, trying to lose the man I'd always been. Every mile grew heavier, every scar remained, till I saw a preacher standing in the rain. Oh Lord, preach forgiveness to this weary soul tonight. I've been lost in shadows, far away from light. If mercy still speaks through thunder and the rain, let the gospel of empty roads heal my pain. Harmonica was mourning like angels in the dark. Every note kept reaching for my outlaw heart. So I knelt beside the cross as lightning split the sky, and begged the Lord above not to pass me by. Forgiveness to this weary soul tonight. I've been lost in shadows, far away from light. If mercy still speaks through thunder and the rain, let the gospel of empty roads heal my pain. I don't fear tomorrow like I used to before. Maybe grace still opens one unforgotten door. Now the dawn is rising and the storm fades slow. The cross beside the highway feels like home. The gospel of empty roads carries me again beyond my sin. Rain fading in silence, church bells soft and low. The gospel of empty roads. I got blood on my boots and a shadow in my soul, a long black road behind me and nowhere left to go. I have lived like a wild horse with a fire in my eyes. Never thought a man could lose himself by telling too many lies. I have prayed with empty hands, I have begged beneath the moon, but every time I called your name, I thought you'd answer too soon. There's blood on my boots and rain on my face. I run from the Lord to the edge of this place. If the cross still has room for a sinner like me, then let the blood wash away what I used to be. I remember that old preacher saying, son, you can't outrun grace. I laughed and walked out smoking with the devil in my face. I spent years chasing freedom through the bottom of a glass. Now the only thing I'm chasing is a chance to leave the past. I have lost my brother's number, I have lost the love I knew, and the man I see in mirrors looks like someone I once knew. There's a silence in the desert that can make a sinner hear every word he never answered, every voice he left in fear. There's blood on my boots and rain on my face. I have run from the Lord to the edge of this place. If the cross still has room for a sinner like me, then let the blood wash away what I used to be. I don't need a silver halo, I don't need a perfect life, just a little bit of mercy in the middle of this night. If you find me in the ashes, if you find me broken down, let me hear the sound of heaven before the darkness takes me now. There's blood on my boots, but your grace covers me. I was chained to my sorrow, now I'm finally free. If the cross still has room for a sinner like me, then let the blood wash away what I used to be. What I used to be. What I used to be.